Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we shall be doing the 11th topic, absolute minimum and absolute maximum. This is a simple topic for those of you who remember differentiation of easy functions. So you have to remember your differentiation in this topic, and we'll also have some straightforward equations. Not exactly simple equations, but they will be not difficult. Now there are two types of maximum and minimum. One is the local minimum and one is the absolute minimum and the other is local minimum. Today we shall focus on absolute minimum and absolute maximum. We shall not worry about local minimum and local maximum today. Now the every function will be either increasing or decreasing, and there are some critical points. The critical points come from the derivative. This is very important to note. All your critical points come from the derivative, not from the function. So what you do is you differentiate the function, put it equal to 0 and solve it. Then sometimes the first derivative is not defined. Remember your chapter on domains. Functions were not defined at some point. You had the 1 by 0 problem, square root of negative numbers, and sometimes both the problems. So there are two ways to obtain the full set of critical points, two procedures. The first step is solve the equation f prime x equal to 0. This equation can have one answer, two answers, or many answers. Then second procedure, find where the derivative is not defined. Recall the topic domains. There can be several or no solutions. In both the cases, sometimes you'll have no solutions and sometimes many solutions. We'll see this in the examples we do. We need both the steps 1 and 2 to find the critical points. Please note, the critical points come from the derivative. Now if you want to find the absolute extrema of a continuous function on a finite closed interval a comma b. Now what do you mean by extrema? Instead of using two words minimum and maximum, we use the word extremum. Extremum means one end. The one end can be minimum or maximum. The word extremum has double meaning, two meanings. It is used for minimum and maximum. Minimum means least, maximum means the highest. But in mathematics, in calculus, we use the word minimum and maximum and not other English words like least, highest, lowest. We do not use. We use the word minimum and maximum. And both the words are combined to define a new word called extremum. Extremum means it can be minimum or it can be maximum. Now let's look at problem number 1. Determine all the critical points of f of x equal to x power 3 minus 12x plus 27. We can say x cube minus 12x plus 27. Power 3 has a name called cube. What is the first step? First step is to find the derivative. The derivative is 3x square minus 12. Please remember your derivatives. In all chapters, you will need derivatives including today. Now what's the second step? Solve for first derivative equal to 0. Look here. First derivative has to be equal to 0. 3x square minus 12 equal to 0. Take minus 12 to the right, you will get plus 12. Divide by 3, you will get x square equal to 4. Take the square root. Your calculator will write only 2, but there are two answers, plus 2 and minus 2. So there are two critical points, minus 2 and plus 2. Now remember that there are two procedures. We have done the first procedure. The second procedure says find where f prime x is not defined, where the derivative is not defined. What is the derivative? 3x square minus 12. It is defined everywhere. There is no 1 by 0 problem. There is no square root problem of a square root of a negative number. It is defined everywhere. Remember your domain. So the second procedure will not give you any critical points. The critical points will come from the first procedure, which is C1 equal to minus 2 and C2 equal to plus 2. If there are three answers, we'll write C1, C2, C3. If there is one answer, we'll just write C or C1. Both are fine. Now let's look at the second example. Determine the critical points of f of x equal to x cube minus 27x plus 12. What's the first procedure? First procedure is derivative. Derivative of this function is 3x square minus 27. Now what's the first procedure? The first derivative equal to 0. 3x square minus 27 equal to 0. Take that minus 27 on the right. You will get 3x square equal to 27. Divide by 3. You will get x square equal to 9. X equal to square root of 9. Now please remember, you are solving an equation. You have to take both the negative and the positive roots. All ordinary calculators will write only 3. You have to put plus 3 and minus 3 with your own mind. The two critical points are C1 equal to minus 3 and C2 equal to plus 3. Now the derivative is this 3x square minus 27. It is defined everywhere. It's a continuous function. There is no problem of 1 by 0 and square root of negative numbers. So the second procedure will not give you any new critical points at all. It will not give you any critical points. So you have to be content with the two critical points obtained from the first procedure. Now we have done two examples on critical points. Now we'll start the questions on absolute minimum and absolute maximum. Now let's look at the first question in this topic, which is question number 3. Problem number 3. Find the absolute minimum and maximum and minimum of f of x equal to x square minus 1 on the closed interval minus 1 comma 2. See, sometimes we write maximum first, sometimes we write minimum first. You have to do both the calculations come together. So the order is not important. The interval is minus 1 to 2. The first number is a, the second is b, a equal to minus 1, b equal to 2. First we find the derivative. The derivative of x square minus 1 is 2x minus 0 equal to 2x. Now solve the equation. First derivative equal to 0, 2x equal to 0, x equal to 0 divided by 2 equal to 0. So there is one critical point c equal to 0. Now the second procedure will not give you any critical points. Now calculate f of a, f of b and f of c. A equal to minus 1 whole square minus 1 is 1 minus 1 equal to 0. F of b is f of 2. 2 square minus 1, 4 minus 1 equal to 3. First time you put the value minus 1, second time you put the value 2 from the interval. So your first two values will come from the interval. The third value will come from the critical points. Now let's look at the table. Now the table will make it easy for you. A equal to minus 1, b equal to 2. It is given in the question always. The critical points you have to calculate, and there is one critical point c equal to 0. Sometimes there are more critical points also. Calculate f of a. Your first column has endpoints and critical points. So the endpoint is a comma b, a equal to minus 1, b equal to 2, c equal to 0. We have done the calculation. Now do three calculations. One for a, one for b, one for c. F of a equal to f of minus 1. Put x equal to minus 1 whole square minus 1 is 1 minus 1 equal to 0. Do not make any calculation mistakes. So the value of f, the function is 0. Third column. F of b, f of 2. 2 square minus 1, 4 minus 1 equal to 3. This is 3. F of c, f of 0 equal to 0 square minus 1, 0 minus 1 equal to minus 1. 0, 3 minus 3. Which is the biggest value? 3. Absolute maximum. Which is the smallest number? Not 0. It is minus 1. Absolute minimum. In this notes and in all my classes, minimum I write with lowercase and maximum with uppercase. So always look at the table. You can do your calculations in the mind or in the calculator or do it outside the table, but look at the table, it will make life easy for you. See, we are interested in the function. The derivative is only a tool. In old days, some people used to do it without calculus, but you have to be extra smart to do things without calculus. You have to know something more in order to do it. The calculus method is easy, so just follow the calculus method. Now find the absolute maximum and minimum of f of x equal to x square minus 6x plus 8 on the closed interval 1 comma 5. A equal to 1, b equal to 5. It is a comma b, a equal to 1, b equal to 5. Now a equal to 1, b equal to 5. Just write it in the first two rows end points. We are talking about end points. End points are 1 and 5. Now c we have to calculate. The a and b are given in the question. Only c has to be calculated. Now what's the derivative of this? 2x minus 6. Now what's the rule? The first procedure is first derivative equal to 0, 2x minus 6 equal to 0. So solve this equation. Take the 6 on the right side, 2x equal to 6, divide by 2, x equal to 6 divided by 2 equal to 3. So you have one critical point, c equal to 3. If you want to write c1 or if you just want to write c, you can write c. Now the procedure 2, f prime x is not defined, but the function is defined everywhere. The derivative is how much? 2x minus 6. 2x minus 6 is a straight line. It is defined at all points. There is no 1 by 0. There is no square root of negative number. So there is no problem in the domain minus infinity to plus infinity. So there are no critical points coming from the second procedure, but the first procedure will give you one critical point, c equal to 3. So a equal to 1, b equal to 5. From the question, c equal to 3 you calculated. Now calculate f of a, f of b, f of c. F of a, put a equal to 1. 1 square minus 6 into 1 plus 8 is 1 minus 6 plus 8 equal to 3. Copy the value 3. Calculate f of b, b equal to 5. 5 square minus 6 into 5 plus 8, 25 minus 30 plus 8 equal to 3. Copy the value 3. F of c, c equal to 3. 3 square minus 6 into 3 plus 8, 9 minus 18 plus 8 equal to minus 1. So the values are 3, 3 and minus 1. Now 1 is absolute minimum. Which is the smallest number? Minus 1. This is absolute minimum. Which is the biggest number? 3. So if you like the first 3, use the first 3. If you like the second 3, use second 3. But do not write maximum 2 times. There is only one absolute minimum and one absolute maximum in this answers. So if you want to write here, write here. If you like, write here. I like the second one, I wrote it there. If you like the first 3, you can choose the first 3. Both are correct. Both are equal. 3 equal to 3. So the values can repeat. Please. This 3 is repeating. Do not write maximum 2 times. Write it 1 time. And which kind of maximum it is? It is absolute maximum. Absolute means mutlaq. Now please remember, we are studying function. Here there is no derivative here. Only your critical points will come from the derivative. In the table you have only the function and its values. And one is minimum, one is maximum. That's all. Do not put any derivative in the table. Only the critical points. Now let's look at problem 5. Find the absolute maximum and minimum of f of x equal to x square minus 10x plus 24 on the closed interval 2 comma 6. A equal to 2, b equal to 6. Now the first derivative is 2x minus 10. Put first derivative equal to 0. 2x minus 10 equal to 0. X equal to 5. You should know how to solve these equations. We have seen it in the last question. So the critical point is 5. A equal to 2, b equal to 6 is given in the question. The endpoints. Look at the endpoints. Endpoints are in the question of the interval. A equal to 2, b equal to 6, 2 comma 6 in the question. Critical point c equal to 5 we have calculated. Copy the function here. Now calculate f of a, f of b, f of c. Do 3 calculations. F of a equal to f of 2, 2 square minus 10 into 2 plus 24. This is equal to 4 minus 20 plus 24. This is equal to 8. 4 plus 24 equal to 28 minus 20 equal to 8. Take help of calculator if you want to. Now don't look at the last column now. The last column will come after calculating all the values. Now calculate the second value. F of b equal to f of 6. 6 square minus 10 into 6 plus 24, which is 36, minus 60 plus 24. This is equal to 0. Why? 36 plus 24 equal to 60. 60 minus 60 equal to 0. And you will get the value as 0. Now calculate the third value. First two values you can calculate without the derivative. The third value will come from the critical points for which you need the derivative. F of c equal to f of 5. C equal to 5. 5 square minus 10 into 5 plus 24. 25 minus 50 plus 24 equal to minus 1. So put minus 1 here. Now which is the smallest value? Smallest value is minus 1, not 0. So this is absolute minimum. Which is the biggest value? 8. Absolute maximum. Please, we are interested in the function, not in the derivative. Derivative will only help you to understand the function. In some cases, if the first derivative is not sufficient, you want some more information, you will use the second derivative and sometimes the third one, the fourth derivative also. But in this semester, we are only going to use the first derivative today. Sometimes we also use the second derivative. We will see it in some other class. But we will not look at the third derivative. Now let's look at one more example. Find the absolute minimum and maximum value of the function f of x equal to x power 2 by 3 on the interval minus 2 comma 3. Now a equal to minus 2, b equal to 3. So just note down a equal to minus 2, b equal to 3, the endpoints. Now we have to find the critical points. Now first find the derivative. The derivative is 2 by 3 into x power 2 by 3 minus 1. 2 by 3 minus 1 is minus 1 by 3. Now since the power is negative, it will come down x power 1 by 3. You can write it like this here. Any questions about this, ask me in the class. Next we follow the procedure 1. We solve first derivative equal to 0. Now if you put this equal to 0, you will not get any solution. Why? Because if you divide 2 by any number, you cannot get 0. You can get a small number, but you cannot get 0. So this equation has no solutions. But the first derivative has the 1 by 0 problem. Remember your domains. 1 by 0 is not allowed. So x equal to 0 is not allowed. So your critical point is c equal to 0 because the derivative is not defined at x equal to 0. So your first critical point is c equal to 0. Note it down here. So these 2 points come from the question. The critical points come from the derivative and there is only one critical point. Now calculate the three values. First have the three critical points and the end points. Then calculate the value, then see which is big, which is small. Now calculate f of a, f of b, f of c. F of a equal to f of minus 2 minus 2 to the power of 2 by 3, which is equal to 4 to the power of 1 by 3, which is equal to 1.5874. Note down the value 1.5874. Now calculate f of b, b equal to 3, 3 power 2 by 3, which is cube root of 9, 2.0800. Do it. Now f of c, c equal to 0, 0 power anything is 0, 0 power 2 by 3 is 0. Note down. Now which is the minimum value? 0 is the minimum here. The maximum is 2.0800. This is the biggest value. The middle value we are going to ignore. The biggest value is 2.0800 and the minimum value is 0. That's it. Now let's look at one more example. Find the absolute minimum and maximum value of the function f of x equal to x power 4 by 7. The power is 4 by 7 and the interval is minus 1 comma 3. A equal to minus 1, b equal to 3. Now calculate the derivative. You'll get 4 by 7 minus 1 is minus 3 by 7. It will go down. So the derivative is 4 divided by 7 into x power 3 by 7. Now The derivative can never be 0. Even if you put a big number, 4 divided by a big number is a small number. It is never 0. So the equation has no solutions. But look at procedure 2. Is f prime x defined everywhere? Is the first derivative defined everywhere? No. The first derivative has the 1 by 0 problem. So c equal to 0 is your critical point. A equal to -1 and b equal to 3 was given in the question. The endpoints c equal to 0 is the critical point. Now calculate f of a, f of b, f of c. F of a is f of -1 -1 to the power of 4 by 7 is 1. Do it in your calculators. Sometimes in some calculators you'll need two steps which I have written here for doing this calculation. Now calculate f of b. F of 3 power 4 by 7 is 1.8734. Note down the value here. F of c equal to 0. 0 power n power 4 by 7 is 0. 0 power anything is 0. So your three values are 1, 1.8 and 0. Which is the smallest value? 0. Write absolute minimum. Which is the biggest value? 1.8734. Write absolute maximum. Now let's look at problem number 8, and which is the last problem of this lesson. Find the absolute minimum and maximum value of the function f of x equal to square root of 9 minus x square on the interval -3 to 2. Please remember the interval is -3 to 2. -3 comma 2. So a equal to -3, b equal to 2. So put it in the table. A equal to -3, b equal to 2. There is no calculation involved. Just note down these two values. Now think about the critical points. Now find the derivative. What's the form of this? This is u power n, u equal to 9 minus x square, n equal to half. Square root means half. Power is half. What's the derivative of u power n? N into u power n -1 du by dx. How much is u prime? U prime is 9 minus x square whole prime. Derivative of 9 is 0. Copy the minus. Derivative of x square is 2x. 0 minus 2x is -2x. Please remember your derivatives. So the derivative is minus x divided by square root of 9 minus x square. Half minus 1 is -1 minus half. Half minus 1 is minus half. Minus half will come down. You'll get 9 minus x square under root. Now follow the procedure 1. What is procedure 1? The first derivative is equal to 0. The equation has a solution x equal to 0. When you put this equal to 0, your first solution is x equal to 0. This is your first critical point. Procedure 1 has given you one critical point. Now let's look at procedure 2. Is the derivative defined everywhere? No. X equal to plus 3 and x equal to -3 will give you 1 by 0 problem. Remember your domain. So 9 minus x square equal to 0. X square equal to 9. Take the square root of 9. You will get 3 in your calculator. Plus minus you have to put from your mind. So there are two roots plus 3 and -3. Now please remember, are both critical points? No. Why? The interval is -3 to 2. 3 is here outside the interval. So you will get only one critical point, C2 equal to -3. Please note C3 equal to plus 3 is outside the interval -3 comma 2 and is not to be used. You have to be very careful in this. So -3 is the critical point. If anybody writes C3 equal to plus 3, he will lose 1 mark out of 3 marks in this answer. So please remember your critical points have to be between -3 and 2. -3 is allowed, 2 is allowed. You can put any number. What are the numbers? -2, -1, 0, plus 1, 1.5, 1.9, 2. Stop at 2. So 3 is more than 2. So you cannot take this. Now do the calculation. F of A, f of B and f of C. F of B and f of c1, f of c1 and f of c2. Okay, sometimes these things have to be repeated. So you do these three calculations, f of a, f of b, f of c1, f of c2. Now do the calculation. A equal to minus 3, 9 minus 3 whole square, minus 3 whole square is 9, 9 minus 9 is 0, square root of 0 is 0. F of b equal to f of 2, 9 minus 2 square, 9 minus 4, square root of 5. Put it in your calculator, you will get 2.2360. Note down the value 2.2360. Now f of c1 equal to f of 0, 9 minus 0 square is 9 minus 0, square root of 9 is 3. Note it down 3. Now C2 equal to minus 3. Now this C2 is repeating. See, sometimes the critical points will be same as the endpoints of the interval. So minus 3 is repeating here, minus 3 is repeating here. You just copy this calculation here. You'll again get 0. Write it 0 here. So some values will repeat. In the other question, something was repeating. Now here 0 and this 0. If you like to write minimum here, write here. If you want to write it here, write it here. Do not write it in two places. Now which is the biggest number, 2.2 or 3? 3 is the biggest number. So this is your absolute maximum. So any problem in a given interval, any function will have one absolute minimum and one absolute maximum. You cannot have two minimums and two maximums in absolute, because there will be many values here. We have four values here, two are repeating and two are different. Decide which is the smallest, that is absolute minimum. Decide which is the biggest, that is absolute maximum. In local minimum and local maximum, the situation is different. You can have again and again different values. We'll discuss that some other time. Do not get confused. In absolute minimum and absolute maximum, we are going to have only one answer each, one for minimum and one for maximum. Please look at my videos on this website. You'll get it, and the YouTube in my channel. Now please, first we have to find critical points. How do you get critical points? Let me repeat. Put f prime x equal to 0. Solve this equation. It can have one answer, two answer, three answers. Try your luck with the different answers which you have. Note all of them. Now check where f prime x is not defined. Remember your chapter on domains. That will help you. Once you have the critical points, you have to calculate the value of f of x. We are interested in the function, not in the derivative. Your full focus should be on the function. The derivative will only help you to understand the function. Evaluate f of x at the critical points c1, c2, c3 or c4, c5 and the two endpoints x equal to a and x equal to b. Take the largest and the smallest. The largest is absolute maximum and the smallest is absolute minimum. Thank you for listening. We'll discuss these things more in the class. Thank you.